So I just had to stop. I had to just pull over to talk to y'all. I was just thinking, this is me responding to a couple of the comments that I had got from the last video where I was sharing my thoughts on AI and vibe coding and being a developer in this day and age. So first of all, I had got quite a few people that responded with a lot of kindness. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate everybody, you know, kind of like sharing their thoughts that, you know, being a developer isn't going to go away. You know, a lot of people say we will always need developers. You know, we'll always need people like you, Rich. Don't worry about it. AI can't do your job. And so I just want to kind of talk to that a little bit. Okay, so first of all, what does it mean to be a developer? Being a developer, well, for me anyway, being a developer I was always the person that I'm going to read the documentation of the program, or like I'm going to read the documentation, or if it's a gadget or something like that, I read the manual. Like I'm the kind of person that, like, when the computer responds, I read the prompt, like I read the message that it gives. And also, because I'm really interested in technology, I go and try to do things with it, even without needing to, you know? Like, I used to always joke that I'm the kind of person that I get a tool and then I go find what to use it on. Whereas it seems like with many other people, you know, if you give them a tool, if they don't currently have something to use it on, they don't really see the value in it. But I'm the kind of person where, you know, I could just see a tool that does something and then I'm off trying to figure out what to use it for. So because of that, you know, when it come to things like when the web came out, I was able to build, you know, to learn how to build websites and things like that because it was fascinating to me. So, you know, I spend the years learning how to do the things so that when somebody needs it done, I can either teach them how to do it and I can get paid for the training hours or the consultation, or I can do the project and I can get paid for the time I spend building out whatever it is that the person needs. So when I say being a developer is dying or going away, I'm referring to that process because, you know, AI is a technology that technically it's like, yeah, there's layers and there's lots that you can learn, but then there's also many, many layers that it itself will help a person with. And so because of that, there's far fewer that you need a person with the kind of skills and patience that somebody like me has, because you can just go and talk to the AI and the AI will talk you through whatever steps you need to take, or it will do it for you, especially in these agentic times where that's actually the whole point of an agent. The whole point of an agent is so it goes and do it for you. And then these agents even know how to orchestrate swarms of agents. So like the levels of productivity that's possible now and like becoming possible with each day that passed is just getting ridiculous. It's getting insane. And so I'm the type of person, like, I don't like to sit back and dream. And when somebody says, well, AI will never be able to do this and that, it's like, I don't know what like angle these people are looking at it from, because any of you that was using AI, just like when ChatGPT 3.5 came out, remember it was amazing on some stuff, but there was so many things that it couldn't do. Like, it was even horrible at math. And I remember having to explain to people why the AI was not good at math, because people used to think like, well, it's a computer, why isn't it good at math? And it's like, because of how it's trained. And, you know, like just trying to explain the nuance when it comes to calculations and how it's not a calculator. And But that's a thing of the past. Like, you don't have to do any of that no more. Or remember the hallucinations, how bad hallucinations used to be? Like the AI would just make up stuff. I mean, yeah, of course, it happens from time to time now, but far, far less than it used to happen back at ChatGPT 3.5. So if you just keep looking at how the capabilities of these models just keep advancing, and even now, I know that there's human engineers and programmers, and they talk about how AI isn't that good at programming, but it's really good at programming. It's way better than most humans. So yeah, maybe there's, the elite coders out there that still write code better than it, but those aren't the people that most people are hiring for freelancers or to work as a developer in their business. Most coders, like me included, like we're just average, like I can figure stuff out. I have to read documentation, I have to do a lot of testing and trial and error and stuff. It's gonna take me time to figure stuff out. These days I've been doing far more vibe coding. Like, honestly, the software I build for myself these days, I don't even have to look at the code. Like, I don't even look at it no more. I will not vibe code anything for a client. I'm not gonna vibe code anything for a client for the same reason that I would not hire a coder to just build something and I give it to a client. All of the projects that I've ever worked on for clients, software development projects, I am the lead software developer. I'm the lead coder. So I can't be the lead coder when it comes to AI because it's going to do so many things so fast that it takes me far more time to scrutinize than is worth it, right? Like, I might as well have did it myself. And then also, maybe I don't understand everything in terms of like why the AI did this and that, in which case I got to challenge the AI and then may ultimately find that the AI was right and I was wrong. So me personally, when it comes to clients, like, I still am the developer, but I use AI for helping me code stuff for clients. But the client coding work is getting lower and lower. Like, and I'm starting to transition to just helping my clients prompt and start their own projects using vibe coding software like Lovable, or especially within my Go High Level agency. So within my high level agency, we have AI Studio, and everyone within my agency is able to vibe code apps and websites using AI Studio. So I host a workshop and we talk about strategies for doing that. And also, I do one-on-ones where I consult and train people on using these AI agents in order to build their projects. But that's getting less and less necessary, because once I show you how to talk to the agent, you got it from there. You don't need me anymore, because the agent will guide you from that point forward. So what are we doing? What is it that we accomplish by saying what the AI will never be able to do? How do you know what the AI will never be able to do? You'll spend your time believing the AI will never be able to do something, and that will be the very thing that it ends up doing. Then what will you do? You will be left unprepared. I don't want to be left unprepared. So I spend all my time looking at what it can do, predicting what it will be able to do next, and trying to align myself in such a way that I still have relevancy. How am I still going to have relevancy? It's like I'm having to pivot. I have to do different things. So you all are going to start seeing me do some of that stuff. But I don't have all the answers. I don't know. But I know that I can't do what I've always done. So time is money. Time is money. We have to figure out how we're going to pivot before we just get rolled over and not be able to make no money. You have to. Have you heard about there's a phrase called, they're calling the permanent underclass. You want to be part of the permanent underclass? These are the people that can't figure out how to earn any money because AI is doing everything. And they don't have the skills or anything, so they can't really provide any value to the economy. I don't want to be one of those people. So I can't just sit back and think that AI is not going to end up doing these things. There's these little gaps that it can't reach. Now, human beings will always, we'll probably always find the next thing that we can exchange value with each other for. And so I just don't think that I don't think that many of you are going to hire me to build your software anymore, build your website anymore. Think that you'll use your AI to do that stuff. So what stuff will you be willing to buy from me or pay me for? I don't know. I have no idea. But that's the journey I'm on, is trying to figure out what that is. Now, right now, if you don't have a Go High Level account and you are looking for a business backend that allows you to manage phone, email, and has AI at the core and has a CRM and just all kind of stuff, holla at me. I got a Go High Level agency. And I have the lowest cost subscriptions on the net. $50 a month for your Go High Level account. And you can come to our workshops. We host workshops on Google Meet and in my Nexus Planet app on the Meta Quest, so in VR. In fact, we got a workshop coming up Friday. And it's going to be every Friday in Nexus Planet on Meta Quest. And it's for AI. And we're going to be talking about AI and what various ways AI is working for us in our business and sharing tips and techniques and things like that. I don't think I'm going to be posting videos about what AI tools I'm using or anything like that, because I don't have any sponsors. And when I make that kind of content, people always think that I'm sponsored by somebody. And also the algorithm, they start thinking that it's like promo or something like that. And so if you want to hear about what tools I'm using and stuff, you got to come to one of my workshops. I'm not posting about that stuff. And then when it comes to the software I'm building, it's only for me. Like, I built me a fitness app. I built me a video editor software. I done built a couple really nice programs that help me and optimize my workflow, but it's not for anybody else. It's only for me, so that I can be better at what I do. And that's what I encourage all of you to do too. So another thing is, if you're out here vibe coding, remember something. The human being, the one thing, even if you didn't code it, you as the human being, if you're vibe coding software for your clients, you are responsible for that software. So you're responsible for the security and the health of that software. So, just keep that in mind. Like, that's the part that we do bring to the table, is we bring responsibility. So the AI can build anything in the world, but it don't have any responsibility for anything it delivers. So we have responsibility. The AI can't suffer. You can suffer, we can suffer. So that ability to suffer means that we're only going to make certain decisions. The AI will make any decision and won't care, because it can't suffer if it can't get punished. We can get punished. We can get sued. We can get jail time. We can get, we can let people down and hurt their feelings and then feel remorse. It's all kind of ways that we operate that the machine don't operate, and that the companies that's issuing us these machines don't operate based on. So that's what we have. So when we are a developer and we issue software, we have to stand behind that software. Now, at this point, I don't issue software that AI built, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, because I can't stand behind that software. But I'm not saying that any of you shouldn't. But it's just that, like, but I'm not, and it's also not to say that I will never, deliver software built by an AI. Maybe I will one day. I don't know. But technically, I'm kind of getting out of the whole software development industry. I don't really want to deliver much software. I mean, it's like if the business is big enough and the project, is worth it, and I got the proper time and flexibility of, scope and everything, maybe. But these days, all I want to do is encourage you to build your own software. I encourage you to build your own software. And that way you're responsible for your own software. Nobody else has to be responsible. But if you do build something for somebody else, you are responsible for that delivery. You are responsible for the health and the security and and so you have to provide support. You have to provide maintenance. You have to provide updates. You have to be on top of, security vulnerabilities that arise and things like that. That's part of the software, agreement with the customer, with the client. So, I mean, should be anyway. So these days, yeah, anybody with access to an agent can build, software, apps, websites, whatever, but make sure that you are responsible for what you deliver. And let's see. I think that's it.